Hey YouTube, what is going on? It is Jax here, back with another video, and today I pushed to the top 100 players in the world using this no big spell, no P.E.K.K.A. You guys don't normally see that with me. No P.E.K.K.A. or Poison in here, but it is a bridge spam deck, and it is one of the most aggressive decks in the game right now. It is so much fun. You can outplay any matchup, and any mistake your opponent makes is immediately punishable by death. Like, they will literally just lose the game right there if they make a big enough mistake. Even a pretty small mistake will cost them so much, and it's just such a fun deck. So I'm going to be going into a lot of replays to help you guys out, and hopefully you guys will have as much fun as I'm having with this deck. Also, before we get into the games, make sure that if you like these videos to consider hitting the like button, subscribing, commenting down below. Those all help my channel get exposed to more people. And if you watch all the way through, I know I've said this a lot before, but it does help out with monetizing my videos, which would be really great for me. So without any further ado, we'll get into the games. Okay, so going into the first replay here against Hunter, and he's playing Icebo here. So Icebo is relatively challenging due to the fact that you can't really avoid Rocket Cycle and you can't really avoid defensive Expos. But luckily we were able to outplay a mistake here, or not outplay. We were able to punish a mistake here by him, and it really got us the win. It's just insane how good this deck is at punishing mistakes. So here I just want to kill this Tesla ASAP. We Magic Archer to cycle to our Bar Barrel and then Bar Barrel. And holy crap, that Bar Barrel died so quick, dude. Man, that Tesla outputs so much DPS. He logs back the Magic Archer, and the Magic Archer does get a shot on tower, giving me the slight damage advantage. So right here, I don't want to cycle my Cannon Cart, because that's just free rocket value. It's a 5 or 6 trade, and in Icebo, we all know that they can make those kinds of trades. So I cycle my Ghost opposite lane to force out the Knight, and I know I go in the back because it's going to force out Elixir, and he can't activate his King without bleeding a lot. And then I EWIS high to prevent the rocket value. And so in this matchup, I'm just going to be trying to prevent rocket value and wait for him to make a mistake. So here, I play my Cannon Cart in the opposite lane to pull the Knight. We go with the Bandit to wake up the Tesla and hopefully kill it. He logs it. Cannon Cart does shoot the Tesla, and then it's going to kill this Ice Wizard. So a very valued Cannon Cart. It's gonna get its cost back, or it's gonna get the bandit that was sacrificial to the Tesla. It's gonna get that cost back. So we're looking pretty good. We're about even right now. So I know he doesn't have a Tesla, so I just go with the battle ram at the bridge. We're just gonna cycle. He's gonna get back to a Tesla really aggressively, and I'm just gonna let this go. He doesn't have the elixir to Expo, as you can see, he was trying to. So I just go in with a Magic Archer here. Again, high to prevent rocket value, and he's gonna NATO it in. And I was a little bit slow on the heal spirit. I was trying to get that heal spirit down so that it wouldn't like, or it would heal up the Magic Archer, obviously, and then I could counter push a little bit with like a Ghost since he has no Knight. But since it died, we're just going to cycle a Ghost in the back. And even though he doesn't have a NATO in cycle, it's still best to go in the back because it's going to force out their responses really awkwardly instead of right at the bridge where they want it to be. Yeah, so that's basically what I was trying to think there. So I go with the Magic Archer, predicting his skeletons here. Bandit's going to dash onto this Tesla, and we are looking really good. He's got no Knight, so we go in with the Cannon Cart here. And this is so good for me. Like, we're playing my game right now. He's not able to do what he wants to do. I go with the Heal Spirit. We do heal up the Magic Archer, but unfortunately not the Cannon Cart. So it doesn't connect, but we do have the Magic Archer and the Barbell. So here, this is where he starts to lose. I go in with the Bandit to protect the Tesla, or the Magic Archer. We go in with the Cannon Cart as well to support the Magic Archer. Heal Spirit before the Magic Archer can die. And that Cannon Cart is basically taking out everything. Look at his hand. He's got nothing in his hand. So now I Ghost opposite lane, knowing that he's going to have to spin in both lanes. He panic Teslas, and this Cannon Cart's going to get so much damage. He Ice Wizards. That's not going to knock the Cannon Cart off this tower, and it's just aligned up for a Magic Archer. 1090, 928, 1300, 1078 on his other tower. This is literally just a murder fest at this point with how much we were able to punish that mistake. And now the Bar Barrel tanking for the Battle Ram, spam another Ghost, and the Ice Wizard does not do enough damage. Battle Ram connects, and that's GG, well played. He made one or two mistakes that entire game, and we just spammed the crap out of him. This deck is so much fun. We just went so aggressive on him. We just like everything unloaded at the bridge. Heal Spirit, all that. Heal Spirit is still so good. We were just attacking the bridge relentlessly. We did not let him get up any chance to reset, and we panicked. Made him, panic Tesla. So a very clean game to start out against Hunter. Now going into the next game against TE Esteban here, and he's playing a little bit of a tougher matchup in double barrel bait. Oops, my battery saved a little bit low. So this matchup is definitely a bit tougher because he's gonna have the Dark Goblin and the Princess, which are two units that get a ton of value unless big spelled or like spelled away. We don't have a spell to reach those. We only have the Bar Barrel for his Goblin, which we're gonna be saving for the Goblin Barrel. So I always combo the ghost with the battle ram after seeing the goblin barrel, just in case he's got only like a goblin gang in hand. We might be able to get some good damage there. So I cycle a magic archer in the back, knowing that I'm up a bit of elixir after that defense, because he spent bomb tower, goblin barrel, and skeletons, which means I'm up one, which means I'm safe to cycle that magic archer pretty much. So we just go with the cannon cart. This princess is gonna be really hard to protect, and Dark Goblin does die, luckily, and he's not going to protect the princess because the knight would not die, and I just heal spirit. So that was a good play by him. I go in really aggressively over here because I know he can only knight in one place. I was a little bit slow on the reaction time, but we do force out an awkward goblin barrel. And this battle ram was bad by me. I could have just let this ghost go and get some damage, but I battle rammed and allowed this bomb tower to get a bunch of value and basically negated the 2 hits that ghost was going to get. So a slight mistake on my end there. You guys really wanted to go battle ram in the opposite lane in that situation, or I should have gone battle ram in the opposite lane and let the ghost connect to his tower. But it doesn't end up mattering too much at the moment. I just go with the heal spirit cycle at the bridge, and we cycle a cannon cart in the back. And so he goes with the princess opposite lane. He's gonna probably end up knighting this cannon cart. So I just cycle a magic archer in the opposite lane, and he does skeletons instead, which was not what I was expecting. So the cannon cart does kill the dark goblin, which is nice. Try and protect this magic archer, and it does work. He does not knight to protect the princess. So we do have a magic archer now alive, and it's not going to die to a log. So I go with the ghost, protect this magic archer. I shouldn't go into the heal. Yeah, I don't go in the heal spirit because he's got a log in hand. But now I go in with this battle ram, and we do hit those goblins, but he played him out of our barrel range, so he does end up logging for no damage. Well played on his end to save that defense there with no bomb tower. So here we just cycle a magic archer in the back, and at this point I didn't think he had a big spell, but I was confused at why he hadn't skeleton barreled yet. So I was a little bit skeptical. I was trying to see if he had a rocket, and he didn't rocket that. So I was thinking, okay, he probably doesn't have a rocket. Well, as you guys can see, he had a rocket. So not the best, because you will see in just a minute I give him a rocket under the cannon cart. But the band is going to get a ton of dash value. Uh, Cannon cart's going to help clean up the bomb tower. The knight is in range of the magic archer. So now I go in with another magic archer at the bridge, and then we cannon cart. So that magic archer was the cycle to a cannon cart because he does not have good answers. And now we're just bridge spamming. The cannon cart's going to lock onto the tower. Really good for me. We're going to get like 600 damage there. And now we lock the ghost onto the other side. So I can't really protect this ghost with the heal spirit anymore, but that's fine by me. We're just going to calm down. So here I just go Ewa's opposite lane. I don't want to go same lane because he's just going to protect that princess, and it's going to be really annoying. So I go with the bandit, and I try and line up the magic archer slightly misplaced because of the how the bridge kind of messes with the movement of the knight there. But the dark goblin does die, and so he goes in with like the first goblin barrel in like a minute, which is bar barrel. I could kind of tell that wasn't going to be um, offset to the side. So we just kind of just go in the back and it ends up killing. So here's where the rocket comes into play. He goes with the rocket on the cannon cart. I was like, oh no, man, I really wish he didn't have a rocket because that means he can spell cycle much better than me, which means this entire damage lead could all be for nothing just because of the rocket and its ability to catch up on damage. So we do get 2 magic archer shots onto the tower, always nice. Bandit's gonna come up and kill that. I go with the Ewis. I'm setting up for a big counter push in this lane, and I go in opposite lane. So we're double lane spamming here because he doesn't have very many good answers. So I go in with the heal spirit on the ghost. Doesn't really do too much. I go with a weird magic archer. I think I was trying to line up on the knight and the dark goblin, but I could tell that barrel was a bit more off center. And so here it's a little bit sketchy because he's got 2 princesses down, and I don't have any way to kill those. So we just go cycle everything slowly. We want those princesses to get as close to the bridge as possible so that I have the most or the highest chance of taking them out for an efficient trade. It goes in with skeletons to try and protect them. The princesses. I just go in with a magic archer on the side to chain on those dark goblins. I could tell that or the dark goblins, excuse me, not dark goblins. I could tell the goblin barrel wasn't offset. So again, we just go with the same lane. And so now he used his knight. We have 2 units over there. So he's outcycled my what's it called, the bar barrel. Well played by him. But we do have the cannon cart there, and I go in with a battle ram since he just used his bomb tower, and the magic archer does not kill his dark goblin, but it's gonna come pretty close. And so now that Ewis is on his tower, getting some great damage there. That's really important. um I can see it's offset again, so I don't miss, thankfully. And so here I need to get down anything because if he goes rocket log, he takes the lead. So I go magic archer, trying to line it up. Goes with a good skeletons, but he's not able to protect the princess in time, and the log would come down too late, and we do walk away with the victory. So in this kind of matchup here, you want to be playing really passively when they have princess or dark goblin on the field, so that you can take out the dark goblin and princess near your own tower, where you can spend the most support and have the best chance of killing it. When the princess is not down, though, you can go really aggressive because he only has knight and skeletons and like a bomb tower to really take out all of your spam, which is not very good. So Yeah, so basically, bait, main key, aggressive when they have no ranged units, passive when they do. And so going into the next match against Uriel the King, who is a very good Hog Earthquake player. Um, I knew that he was playing that, so this matchup is going to be really tough because I don't have great Hog answers. I only have like Ewiz and Bandit, so kind of an awkward start here by me. I don't know why I played that Heal Spirit so weirdly when I could have just like paid a Bandit there, but it ends up not really mattering too much overall. The Hog does get a hit, which would have been nice if it didn't, but Ewiz does get back a shot on the tower, so overall not too bad, and we're up about an elixir here because of those skeletons. So in this matchup, I need to be making sure that his mini P.E.K.K.A. isn't doing too much work. Because if I let his mini P.E.K.K.A. start locking onto my units, we could be in big trouble. So go Magic Archer Cannon Cart, and this is gonna set me up for a nice counter push. It's okay to overspend on hogs in this kind of like versus hog decks, because you could get set up with a really good counter push. So here, I'm gonna pause just for emphasis. You see that Magic Archer and how it's not dead? That cost him an entire tower right here, and you guys are gonna see why. So he missed the Earthquake by one tick. One tick leaves that Magic Archer alive. So now he's got 4 elixir. I have a battle ram, and I'm ready to spam my bandit. I have the cannon cart there to help out, and so he goes in mini P.E.K.K.A. And this mini P.E.K.K.A. with the cannon cart's help literally hits none of the barbs. So now he can spam. Look at his hand. He's only got like an ice golem and stuff. Heal spirit, no log for that heal spirit. And we're just gonna lock the heal spirit onto that tower. Saves the barb, the magic archer, everything is there, cleaning up his tower. And that is such a good start for me. That start probably is why I was able to win the game. And you guys saw before I entered 2-1. And you guys are gonna see why this matchup is so difficult, because when he decided to go, like when his back was to the wall and he had to go really aggressive to take my tower, he got so much damage every time. So again, just cycle a barbarian opposite lane to keep my cycle going. He goes in with the hog rider, and unfortunately, he was high. I thought he wasn't going to mini P.E.K.K.A., but he does. So a great log on his end is going to allow that cannon card to mostly die, and his hog got like 800 damage there. So again, like you saw, he just got a bunch of damage. So here I just want to counter push a little bit. Like, I don't want to just let this Ewiz die. I want to force out Elixir out of him. And we do. We get out Firecracker, Bats, and an Ice Golem, which is really good for me. And so double hits, and he's going to go in with another Hog Rider. So I just cycle a Magic Archer. We're going to have to take a lot of damage here. And unfortunately, I messed up the Barbell on this Firecracker. 560 HP right there would have been a lot better, because then he would have had to, like, he would have needed another spell to take the tower. But it doesn't end up mattering in the grand scheme of things, as I will find out in about a minute or so here. So now that I know that he's within an Earthquake log of taking that tower, since Earthquake does almost like 300 damage, I know I need to set up and start getting ready to go for the second tower. So I want to try and get as much damage on this tower as I can before he takes that tower, which he's going to do really late. So now we're going to just pressure here, and I'm going to pressure as aggressively as I can. And so I defend this hog. And the reason why is it's going to give me counter push towards his king tower, which is really nice if I can be a double lane threat. And it's going to make him Earthquake Log spend 5 extra elixir on his on the tower. So here, this is his game right here. Like, I just, like, because he had to spend that 5 elixir, we were just able to break through. And like, that was so anticlimactic. You guys were probably thinking, oh, it's going to take him a long time to win the game. And IBM, I don't like this guy. Like, full transparency, when we play P.E.K.K.A., when I play P.E.K.K.A., we always have really close games, and he BMs when he wins. So I BM back. But yeah, so that just shows you, like, even though I had to spend to defend the Hog Rider, he had to spend where it mattered more when he was in the defense. So I was able to just bridge spam the pocket without having to worry about an overcommit at all, because I was already up that 5 elixir that he had just spent on my tower, and he had to defend the Ewiz Bandit combo that I had. So really nice game there um, against Uriel the King. So now scrolling down a little bit more right here. So By Mateo is my next opponent here. So By Mateo is a pretty well-known player on top ladder just because of the weirdness of his deck. And you can see it here. He's got Barbs, really difficult to deal with. Skarmy, even more difficult to deal with. Ice Wizard and Inferno Dragon, pretty difficult. And then, I said difficult so many times there, but then he's got the Royal Hogs. And those are pretty easy to deal with, but the balloon is a lot tougher since you only have Magic Archer and Ewiz as your air counter. So here, I knew what his deck was, so I knew he had Barbs and he was going to try and Barbs. So I get ready to do a splash damage overload. We have the Ghost, we have the Magic Archer, we have the Cannon Cart, and we are able to break through the Barbs and keep the Cannon Cart alive. And he's very low on Elixir, and he literally just has to eat the entire remainder of the Cannon Cart. And look how much damage that does, man. Just so much. We've already taken half his tower. So you guys, most of you probably won't know what your opponent's running unless you're playing like top 1,000 ladder or so, and that's when you can start seeing, like that's when you can start effectively guessing based on remembering who you've played or not. And so, but like if you suspect your opponent has barbs like that, and you already have two counter pushing units, going with a magic archer and then a bar barrel will usually help you break through, especially if one of those counter pushing units is a ghost. So here he goes in with the pigs in the opposite lane, and I just go with my ghost to answer them, and he's gonna scar me this. I tried to set up my magic archer so that it would attack the scar me first, but unfortunately, he played the magic archer turned back, excuse me, onto the hogs. So here I know he's pretty low, and I wanted to bait out his barbs so that I could kite. And I was thinking ahead here. I wanted to kite these barbarians with the Battering. As you can see, I'm ready to go now because he wasted the Inferno Dragons. So now what this is going to prevent him from doing is supporting these with the balloon, which would literally take my tower. You can see how little elixir I have. So here, now he's got an Ice Whiz, and he's just got to eat the Ram connection. He considers zapping, but he just lets it go. Excuse me. And now I can get away with an easy ghost on his barbs, and we take his tower with the barb from the battle ramp. So as you can see, thinking ahead like that is what's going to allow you to break through a really difficult matchup. And the ghost comes back thanks to that hover ability to help me out here. And so the hogs die really quickly thanks to the cannon cart and the ghost. I go with a magic archer. I was trying to limit all hits, and it barely gets a hit, which is a little bit unfortunate. Otherwise, we would have won the game outright without even having to go to a second tower. But the bar barrel is going to allow my Ewiz to be protected, and the barb does get a hit, and the Ewiz gets the equivalent of one double hit. So a lot of damage there. And as you can see, we have a huge lead on his second tower. I go in with the I go in overkill to set up a counter push and protect that tower, which is going to force out elixir. And as you can see, again, the concept of forcing out elixir right at the end of the game to take a tower has been working really well for me. Because now look at this, I spam a bandit in the pocket, and now we have the barb, and the ice wizard is incorrectly placed. The bandit's locked onto his tower, and look at his cycle. He's got nothing in hand for a cannon cart in the pocket. So once the Ice Wizard dies, that is what I do. We go cannon cart directly in the pocket, and the Inferno Dragon comes down, but that's way too late. Inferno Dragon's not going to stop a cannon cart in the pocket. So GG, well played to Mr. Mateo here. And now it was really clean. Like, this deck is so good at punishing mistakes. I'm a broken record on like so many topics tonight, but like the mistake punishing of this deck is so much fun. It makes this deck like the most enjoyable deck I've played in a long time. So hopefully you guys, when you play it, if you play it, have this as much fun as I am. Hopefully, and this deck will help you get better because you have to plan ahead, you have to count cycle, you have to do a lot of things that are gonna help you improve at the game. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, consider subscribing, liking, dropping a comment. You guys have already watched all the way through if you're here, so thank you for that. But yeah, hope you have a good day or a good night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.